Welcome to the 906 Quilting channel. My name is Kathy Clausen. I'm a Westerly Design accredited teacher with over 30 years of quilting experience. Have you already set up your perfect 1/4-inch seam? Are you glue basting your seams and you're still getting blocks that are the wrong size? Well, we can tell you what might be causing that problem. I think we can tell you what may be causing that problem, and it could be your cutting technique. So the good news is we're going to show you how to cut your blocks so that when you put them together, they fit exactly right. And we're going to get started right now. What you're going to see by this sample quilt that I put out here is that using the techniques I'm going to show you right now are the techniques that I used in this quilt, and everything came together perfectly. So let's go ahead. I will explain it to you. Stay till the end, and don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell button so that you'll be notified of all of my new videos as they come out. Okay, let's talk about cutting tools. We have the good old-fashioned scissors. This is what was used by dressmakers and even by quilters for years and years and years. But then we got an improvement. It's called the rotary cutter. The rotary cutter comes in several sizes. The most popular size and the one used most often in quilting is the 45mm rotary cutter. Doesn't matter the brand, quite honestly, they all work pretty much the same. That can be used with a left hand or a right hand, and there are actual cutters that are made for left-hand people, if in fact you are. One thing that's extremely important, when you start cutting your project, put a new blade in here. A worn out blade will pull on your fabric and distort it. It will leave little threads hanging, and it will not make sure that you're cutting on those grains, which is our second tip. Make sure that you're cutting on the straight of grain and that all of your blocks are going in the same direction. Very important, because our straight of grain has no stretch. Our widthwise grain has a little bit of stretch. When we get to the bias, it's really stretchy. So if we're cutting half square triangles and the such, please stay tuned, because I will be putting a video out on how to make those half square triangles without worrying about that grain getting stretched. The second thing we need to take a look at is our rulers. We want to make sure that we use the same ruler from the beginning of the project to the end of the project, because not all markings are born the same. What you're going to find is some rulers have little wider markings than others, which could throw things off just a little bit. So use the same ruler. Doesn't have to be this brand. It can be any brand, but stick to the same one from beginning to end. So now I'm going to set up and we're going to take a look at the actual cutting process. Prior to cutting my fabric, I do like to prepare it. And by preparing it, what I do is I do iron it with a spray starch or a starch alternative. What this does is it stabilizes the fabric so that it's less likely to pull when it's cut. Now I'm going to cut some 3-inch squares, and I can go ahead and I can fold this fabric over into half, because I'll get several 3-inch squares out of it. The first thing that I want to do is, I want to talk about pre-washing. Some people do like to pre-wash and some don't. I do not pre-wash my quilts, okay, or my fabric for my quilts. What I do when I gift a quilt is I send along a box of color catchers with it. and that will help with any bleeding that might occur. So what I'm going to do is the first thing is I need to square up my fabric. So I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to make sure everything is lined up on my mat for this step. Now, when I make this cut, what I want to be sure of is that my blade is perfectly perpendicular to my ruler. If it's tilted this way, what's going to happen is your bottom layer of fabric is going to be shorter than your top layer. If it's tilted this way, just the opposite is going to happen. So you want to make sure that it's perfectly perpendicular. I'm going to make that cut again over here so it's easier for you to see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so now you'll see my blade is perfectly upright. Okay, and now I have gone ahead and I have made that first square up count. Okay, so I want to cut 3-inch blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up that straightened edge that we just put on our cut on the ruler. I'm not going to use the mat. I don't like using the mat simply because our mats can warp. And when we get a lot of cutting in, it can actually hurt the integrity of the markings on the mat. The ruler will always be consistent. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make my cut. I'm going to then move it away. Oops. And I'm going to replace my template or my ruler. I'm sorry. I'm going to replace my ruler and I'm going to make the next cut. Okay. So now what I can do is this is only 4 layers of fabric. So I can easily set this on the 2 layers together. First thing I need to do is square up my end. When I do that, I'm going to line up my ruler marking and I'm going to make sure that it's correct on the top and the bottom. I'm going to make sure that when I square up, holding my rotary cutter perfectly perpendicular, I've got my squared up end. And now again, I am going to use my ruler to make the cuts at 3 inches. And what I'm going to have is I'm going to have perfect 3-inch squares. So once I have set up my perfect seam allowance and I glue baste those seams together, my blocks are now perfectly cut. I'm going to end up with a perfect block. Thank you for joining me. I hope that this video has given you some value. My step-by-step tutorials and weekly quilt-along series will have you build your skills and confidence on your domestic machine. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. And until we meet again, let's quilt.